Welcome back to Camp Kinotika. You know, 2020 has been a rough year for all of us, but I want to talk about me. I miss seeing the campers running around, testing IBIS, ignoring gimbals, and joking that HLG is better than log. But we had to shut things down to keep our campers safe. It got to the point where I started putting masks on various objects and pretending that they were humans.
And that's when I told her, no miss, you have sweet cheeks. Yeah,
Bro, what are you doing?
Hey, what are you doing? Stop filming me. Stop filming me!
I knew it got really dark when I could no longer tell the difference between a lens cap and a mask.
Your lens cap is on.
Oh, what do you know?
But not everything was bad in 2020. Canon released the R5, the R6, the C70. DJI came out with their new amazing gimbals and baby drones. But possibly the most exciting piece of creative tech came out this year for video, the Sony A7S3. Now I know what you're thinking. This khaki-wearing, autofocus-reliant, handsome son of a gun is just a Sony simp. And you'd be right. New merch, link in description. But what you probably weren't thinking is that the Sony A7S3 is actually very similar to another Sony cam we reviewed earlier this year, the Sony Handycam. But this isn't something that I can test alone, so I'm bringing in one of our most highly reviewed camp counselors.
Dog poop in these parts.
We're recording. We have to do like the YouTube transition, so I'll clap, and then right when I clap, be like, bonk. Here she is.
Now don't be worried. We've gone through all the precautions to make sure that we are disease-free and absolutely clean.
Other than that rash I've had since I was 11.
Now, with how this year went, we know that not every kid is gonna get the Sony A7S3 for Christmas, and they shouldn't feel bad about that.
That's why we've decided to test these two cameras head-to-head against each other to prove that newer is not always better. Now this first test we're gonna do is testing the steady shot stabilization in both these cameras. Yes, this vintage Sony Handycam from like 1999 has steady shot and it actually works. The A7S3 is pretty famous for having really good IBIS, it's incredible stabilization, so we're just gonna do a couple walking tests and see how it looks. Okay, so now we're recording on both cameras and we're just doing a quick image quality comparison. They both have the Sony logo, so it's kind of hard to see the...
It is.
I think that's...
That one's the Handycam.
That's the Handycam?
Yeah, you can tell because of like, look how clear our skin is.
Right. The image quality is literally identical on these cameras, so you'll be fine with whatever one you buy. Now we're gonna do a quick autofocus test. Sony's autofocus has gotten absolutely incredible. We have the human face tracking on right now, eye detection, all that. But this camera also has the option to shoot either manual or auto. We have it set to auto. We're just gonna do, like every other YouTube person has ever done, the classic autofocus walking toward camera test. Sony A7S3 autofocus. This is the 20mm 1.8 G lens from Sony. Is it tracking my eye?
Yeah, it is.
Is it doing good?
Yeah, it's real good.
Ground's a
Wow.
little slippery. We haven't tilled the land this year because no one's been here, but doing all right? Now we are on the Sony Handycam, testing its autofocus capabilities. Classic YouTube walk test. Does it look like I'm in focus?
Yeah, it does.
Did that work? Pretty good. Let's try it with the lens zoomed in a little bit. That's one advantage you get with the Handycam. It's just a built-in lens. You can choose how far you zoom. Obviously, the more you zoom in, it's gonna get a little bit less quality and a little shakier.
You are in focus,
Yeah?
my dude.
We need campers. Please register for next year. We are losing money. I haven't eaten in 2 weeks. Ergonomically, both of these cameras feel really nice, but there is something really special about using the Handycam or classic camcorders in general. It's made of plastic, so it's not as durable, but it's very light and easy to carry with you wherever you go. It even has clever little things like having this lens cap on a mount right on the hand handle. And one of my favorite features of this camera is the large, clear, bright flip screen. Yes, that's right, a camera from the 2000s has a vlog screen that's bigger than most mirrorless cameras have today. Also, the battery life on the Handycam can last you around 800 minutes if you have a big LP battery, and you have a ton of record time on the 8mm tapes, which are easily transferable to digital using some cool cables onto your computer.
Well, Mother Nature's not really being very kind today. We're gonna do a quick slow motion test. Here at Camp Kinotika, we like to race and see who the fastest is. But I don't really have anyone to race with, so you're just gonna have to see my natural speed in motion. That was zooming.
Let's address the elephant in the room, low light. The A7S II became the king of low light filmmaking and photography for a lot of people, and now the A7S III carries that torch. Right now we're shooting on the A7S III at 12,800 ISO, which is kind of like its dual gain ISO setting. So it's very clean, and all we're using for light is this little candle. Now I'm about to say something extremely controversial, so buckle up. The Sony Handycam might be better at low light. Can you see me? Do I? The Sony Handycam has the ability to shoot with night shot mode. So basically it's using an infrared bolt of energy to shoot green light at my face that you can't see in real life, but the camera picks it up and makes it into this beautiful image. I mean, you tell me which one's better, am I right? Choice is easy here. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Camp Kinotika. We hope that you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays wherever you're at.
Just keep us in mind for next year when we do reopen.
We need signups.
Really need campers.
We're losing money.
We got an eviction notice.
So don't make the same mistakes we did by buying expensive gear that you can't afford. And keep in mind, it's not about having the latest and greatest gear and creative technology. It's about having fun with what you have and making things that you're proud of. Things that make you smile, laugh, cry, feel something.
We love to feel here at Camp Kinotika.
So feel free to subscribe, like the video, smash that ding dang bell, and have a wonderful week.
Now with how this year went, we know that not every kid is gonna get the Sony A7 III.
Blooper reel. Marker.
The Sony A7 III.
A7S.
Okay. We understand that not every kid is gonna get the Sony A7 III. An
A7S III. A7S III.
That was zooming.